Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. So today's video is going to be all about fragrances. I thought that we didn't really have a haul for a while, so let's do that today. Let's talk about some fragrances I purchased recently. I picked up 5 fragrances from my haul awaiting shelf, and we're going to talk about them. Okay, so let's just jump in. So the first fragrance I'd like to talk about is this one here. This is the Concrete Rain from Allsaints. So about Allsaints fragrances, I mean, these are so great if you want to seem professional. These are, in my opinion, the most professionally smelling fragrances. They actually smell quite expensive, but they don't really have this crazy sillage around them. So if you don't really want to kill somebody with your fragrance, with your scent, then these are the good way to go, right? So this particular fragrance is no exception here. Obviously, it does smell expensive. It does smell professional, in my opinion. It is unisex. I think all of them are unisex. Obviously, with all unisex fragrances, some of them lean more masculine, some of them lean more feminine. But this one, yeah, this one is actually slightly masculine leaning, at least in my opinion. But this is still something I'm going to wear a lot because this actually smells good. Okay, let's have a look at the notes first. So the notes here are the top notes, rain notes and lily. Then middle notes, orchid, orris. And then base notes, cottonwood, musk and cashmere wood. So the thing is, I don't really get much of those florals here. That's probably why it's leaning slightly masculine to my nose. The crazy thing is that this fragrance being named Concrete Rain, it's exactly how it smells to my nose. It smells like rain in the city. It's not the type of a countryside rain. It's like when the concrete actually gets wet. That type of really cold, slightly, ever so slightly metallic, cold, elegant kind of scent. It's really pretty. It is really interesting and definitely smells like something much more expensive than you would expect. Very elegant, and I definitely am quite happy to have it. By the way, this is the bottle, just from up close if you're interested. Very simple bottle, and also I like the fact that we do get this small bottle as well here. So this is actually perfect for traveling. How big is this one? Oh, I can't really take it off now. I'm not really sure, but it might be 10 mils. It doesn't really say here, but this is the small bottle, and we get 100 mils, which is the full-size bottle over here. And yeah, this is how it looks. So this was definitely a successful blind buy. I think you can't really go wrong with Allsaints. I mean, as long as you expect the right thing, which is, you know, a very kind of professional unisex scent, without crazy sillage, because if sillage is super important to you, then you won't get it here. But definitely something I'm really happy to have in my collection. Okay, the next fragrance is a celebrity scent, and this is Ariana Grande Thank You Next 2.0. Okay, so here's the thing. When I first started testing the celebrity scents, when was it, last year or maybe longer, I'm not sure. Anyway, when I first started, I was a little bit opinionated, I think. I thought that celebrity scents were mostly juvenile and cheap smelling, and you know what? I stand corrected. There are some proper gems among celebrity scents. I do have quite many celebrity fragrances in my collection, and some of them are amazing. Some of them are still very kind of I wouldn't say even juvenile, but very young, but that depends on the target audience or fans of a particular celebrity, right? As for Ariana Grande scents, I actually really like her fragrances. I'm quite fascinated about how her fragrances change with her, her first fragrances with the a pom-pom kind of thing were quite girly, and now she's getting more sophisticated with her scents, more mature, so that's actually quite cool. So I always try to get the new scents she releases. This one was not available in UK for ages, and I recently spotted it in Superdrug. I'm going to link it down below if you're interested. So I was like, yeah, I have to have it. I have to test it. So just looking at the packaging, and some of you might know I'm not a massive fan of these bottles, you know, with a kind of plasticky thing. But looking at it, for some reason, I'm not mad at it. I'm just looking at it and I don't want to say that I like it, but it doesn't really bother me as much as the previous bottles. And the pink one, the original one, the original Thank You Next with the pink kind of like heart, I didn't like it. But I don't know what changed that doesn't bother me that much. Maybe colors, maybe the fact that the bottle is like has like a frosting kind of finish with like a duochrome colors. I don't know. But for some reason, this bottle does not really bother me at all. So as for the fragrance, let's have a look at the notes first. So the top notes here are apple juice, wild strawberry and pomegranate. Then we have middle notes of white orchid and jasmine. And then base notes, marshmallow, musk and sandalwood. So this is like a very fruity, juicy scent, but it's not like overly sweet. It has this airiness about it. So I think that saves it a lot. It does not have much to do with the original Thank You Next. Don't worry about this pickle kind of note. It's not here. It is pleasant. It's definitely pleasant. It's not the most sophisticated of Ariana Grande's fragrances. It's not something like crazy good, but it's good. It's very springtime, summertime appropriate. So I think I'm going to wear that around that time of the year. I'm going to wait a couple more weeks or months until it gets a bit warmer. But since we're talking about this kind of apple berry kind of concoction, let's talk about our next fragrance. And this is Kayali Eden Juicy Apple. I do have it in like a smaller bottle. I'm actually really happy that Kayali releases like 10 ml bottles, so I can actually get some new fragrances without paying for the full bottle. And it's not even about the money now, it's just mostly about the space. I have so many fragrances that I just don't really want to have fragrances on my shelf that I don't really like use a lot, you know, in a full size. So here we have like 10 ml Eden Juicy Apple. And to be honest, guys, there is definitely a certain similarity between these two fragrances. I was actually surprised because I didn't expect it, but hey. So let's have a look at the notes here. So the notes in Kayali Eden Juicy Apple are top notes, red apple, black currant, pink grapefruit and lychee. Then middle notes, wild berries, raspberry bloom, jasmine and rose. And then base notes, sugar, vanilla flower, musk, moss and amber. So you can already see that both fragrances are strongly based on apple, berries, some sugary kind of edible notes, and they both have some musk. Are they similar? I mean, in my opinion, yes, they are. There is a similarity between them. They're not identical, they're not like one-to-one similar, but they definitely have like a similar vibe. So I think the main difference between these fragrances is that Kayali is slightly thicker, more syrupy, whereas Ariana Grande's scent is more, I would say, airy. I think the musky notes are slightly more prominent in there, so that probably makes it a little bit more like fluffier, I would say. But that's pretty much the only or the most like noticeable difference for me. But I do get like a very similar vibe from both of these scents. So berry apple concoction is not something that smells like super expensive to me. So this fragrance, I don't think it smells as good as I would actually expect, considering the money that you have to pay for it. I think if you are looking for that kind of vibe, maybe try the Ariana Grande. That could be a cheaper alternative. All in all, I do like the scent, but I'm definitely not going to buy a full bottle. Okay, so we're staying with Kayali now, and we're going to talk about the fragrances that actually smell the part, okay? They do smell more expensive in my opinion. So first up we have Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, this one here. And this scent, this fragrance, to me, this actually smells... pretty much smells the price, right? It smells exactly how I would imagine a fragrance costing that much money smell like, right? So it's like a really beautiful rosy scent. Let's look at the notes. So the top notes here are pink pepper, saffron, royal lily, and bergamot. Then the middle notes, Bulgarian rose, May rose, vanilla orchid, and magnolia. And then we have base notes of sandalwood, amber, patchouli, and musk. This is a beautiful rosy scent with some saffron, with some sandalwood, some amber. I do not get much of that pink pepper, which is actually good because I don't like that note. In particular, I don't really like peppery scents, but it's really, really pretty. It's really pretty. It smells quite expensive. I like it. Am I going to buy a full bottle? I'm not really sure yet. I think I'm going to finish that one first and decide, but I think it's a really lovely scent. And now, the cherry on the top, of my fragrance haul, my favorite scent, and this is the one I'm definitely getting a full-size bottle because it's just stunning. And this is Kayali Invite Only Amber, and this is, oh my god, this is just so beautiful. The notes, guys, top notes: tobacco leaf, sour cherry, honey, chocolate, hazelnut. Middle notes: Ceylon cinnamon, May rose, damask rose, citrus leaf. And then base notes: amber, agarwood, vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood, cypriol oil, patchouli, and musk. And this is just a masterpiece. It's just so beautiful. It's super sexy. It's very dark, heavy. It's just so pretty. So this is not for everybody for sure. You kind of have to like that tobacco leaf note. It is quite prominent in here because everything else seems like, you know, cherries or like chocolate or some honey. That doesn't really smell very dangerous, but that tobacco leaf, it's something you just have to like to be able to fully appreciate this fragrance. But this is so beautiful. It smells expensive. It smells like a very kind of sophisticated scent. It actually smells more expensive than the price tag would indicate, in my personal opinion. I love it. I'm definitely going to get a full bottle of that because it is just amazing. So all in all, I think this fragrance haul was actually quite good. I'm glad I didn't really get like bigger bottles from Kayali because there's only one fragrance that I would really want to have in like a bigger size, and that's obviously the Invite Only Amber. I'm actually quite happy that I finally managed to get this Ariana Grande Thank You Next 2.0 fragrance, and obviously I'm always happy with Allsaints. Pretty much all the fragrances I have were really good. So yeah, I think that haul was actually quite successful. And what do you guys think? Have you tried any of these fragrances? Are you planning to buy them? Are there some of the fragrances that you love in here, or maybe some of them that you tried and hated? Please do let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. For more fragrance related content, check those videos here. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care. Bye.